the Air Conservation Commission. It's June 27th, 2019. Confirmation of agenda.
One second. Got everybody ready except me. There is one change to the agenda. After 66 Littleton Roads RDA, we're adding a request for COC lots 7 and 8 Littleton Road.
What's the DEP numbers?
DEP numbers 100-0407 and 0406.
Which one's which? Just,
Oh, you ask hard questions.
I know. But I'll need them in my minutes.
I know. Lot 8 is 407
Okay.
and lot 7 is 406.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nothing else.
All right, motion to approve the agenda is amended.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting minutes.
We have two sets. 6:13 our regular meeting and 6:20 our bylaw discussion last week.
Okay. Any comments on the 6:13 minutes? Motion to approve minutes for 6:13.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any comments on 6:20?
Very nicely done. Oh, very nicely done on 6:13 as
You
well.
said-
Oh, I thought they were very nicely done for 6:20. It was all positive.
Oh,
So
such a
so
such
cool.
a good meeting.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Motion to approve the minutes for 6:20.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any announcements?
One announcement, and I have a copy for each of you. This is the Central Mass Mosquito Control Project spraying schedule for July.
I couldn't find on the website where they're spraying. They say towns, like they have certain dates and respective towns, but I couldn't find
I think if
where.
I think if you call them up, you can you can find out, and you can also exempt your property by putting out a little sign that says no spray, and they won't spray you. If
Do
you
they
were,
do it from the street? So they just go by with a truck and spray?
Is this new? We haven't had this. This just does the whole town?
well, we don't get notified specifically that the Board of Health does.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a question about this from a resident at Turtle Hill
Mm-hmm.
condos. So I went and looked on the bulletin board, and there it was, received by the town clerk. So it seems like something that I'm going to keep an eye on and make sure that we know, just in case you like mosquitoes or want to feed your bats, or they seem, I spend a lot of time on their website. They seem really science-driven and very responsible. Yeah, a lot of education, not just random spraying.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it for announcements.
Any accounts payable?
We do have some accounts payable. We have Solitude's pre-treatment survey, $1,500.
Okay. Says perform pre-treatment surveys. Flanagan Pond, Pine Meadow Pond, Sandy Pond on June 10th. $1,500. Any discussion?
I was going to ask, how do they do the survey? What do they physically do?
Go out on a boat.
Just go out on a boat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Take photos from specific sites.
GPS coordinates, so they know where everything, all the bad spots, and they just go survey those spots and
Yep.
other spots, I think, as well. And they know from last year where they treated, so they know where to look, right?
I think there's a census too.
A census.
Are you an invasive or invasive species?
Right.
Do we get a report of the survey?
It comes in our final.
Is that final?
Pre-application.
I mean, it's just, the aerial photo with the dots on it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So, motion to pay Solitude $1,500.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
While we're on this, do we have a sense of the treatment schedule?
I did call them, and Dominic was out of the office when I called, and he was going to be told that I called and was going to call me back. And that was 2 days ago. So I think tomorrow we'll give them another. But they know we're looking.
Yeah.
I would like to show you all this. These are our beautiful brand new signs with the bill. So it travels together. This is from MassCore, $1,012 for 100 of the. You have to take the sign too.
Okay.
100 of those beautiful new signs.
I just have to get a
Joanne,
picture
that's
of
it.
it.
Did you say we will get a copy of the report? Did they say they were? I didn't catch that if you said yes or no.
We don't usually get one ahead of the final report, but I can ask if you guys would like a copy of the
It might be,
pre-treatment
Might be good.
survey.
yeah, it might be educational just to know where the bad spots are
Yep.
Yeah,
in
they could
relation to what we see last
give
year.
the report and we think this is what we're going to do now, right?
Yeah,
I mean, because that's kind of the idea of
right,
hopefully
Yeah.
controlling our costs, right?
exactly, right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So 100 of them?
Yes.
$110.12 each. $1,012.
Wait, what was the $110
so these are
each?
110 each,
$10.12
and
each.
12 cents.
Oh, $10.12. Got it. Each.
Do those come with screws or are we going to put on screws?
Hmm?
Do they come with screws or that's all we get?
No.
Just asking.
Screws are extra.
I'm not commenting on that one.
And because I didn't have I had to call to get the invoice. So, when Gary Schimmel came in the other day to get his hot off the press first 10,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember how much we said we were going to charge for them. So he paid $10 a piece.
Those are awesome.
I think
They
we could absorb the 12 cents each.
Yeah.
About how many?
He
100.
bought 5.
Which property?
231 Snake Hill Road.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So, motion to pay MassCore $1,012.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it for invoices. I do have the budget report from the beginning of the month. If you want to just take a peek at that.
So then we decided a while back on how much we were going to charge on those.
I kind of think it was $15, but
I'm sure our clerk would know.
she might.
Oh,
Oh,
she's gonna have to look it up.
Well, we can consider Gary's like the early bird special.
I'll look that up then.
I should have him take some photos of his, because he's gonna attach them.
They're
to-
already
They're
attached.
already attached?
Yes, and
And take
it's
some
if you decide to go on a site walk there on Saturday, because he's submitted his COC request,
Okay,
you could see them.
okay,
Yes.
and we can take photos
Yes.
with permission. Yeah.
Yes.
So are we all caught up on invoices for the fiscal year?
Yes, we are.
All right, so our next item is discussion of the Air Wetlands Protection Bylaw. This is time set aside for anybody who has questions or comments on our proposed bylaw.
So is anybody here for that topic?
Oh, good.
Speak up.
I didn't make the meeting we had.
Oh, well,
That's why we're having multiples.
I don't really have any questions. I looked at it online. So
okay.
what happens with people whose houses are in the resource?
You have to tear down the house, restore it to natural conditions, and
I'm being interested in the vegetation. And I'm kind of concerned about all the tree cutting everywhere. And then
see, we have. Are you in a real rush? Because we have at least 2 quick RDAs, or 1 quick RDA and a COC that both people are here. Do you want to dispatch those really fast?
Sure.
Yeah, if you have 10 minutes or less.
Would that be okay?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, so our next item is request for determination of applicability, 8 Edgeway Road.
All right, I am representing the homeowner on that because the homeowner lives in Houston. And they,
This is.
they called,
Oh, actually, this one I would say we should do after the bylaw discussion.
okay, so
Nobody's
there's-
here for
right,
that.
because nobody's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
But the 66 Littleton Road and the lots 7 and 8. Is that okay?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Hit me. Go.
Next item, request for determination of applicability, 66 Littleton Road.
Come, just slide your chair right on up.
I was just trying to
I have completely confounded our machine here. Well, anyway, this is yours back. Thank you for bailing me out. In your packet, you have a black and white photo with some issue numbers on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do have color ones here. I just
Yeah, no, this
figured
is,
not overwhelm you with it, but if anything
this is
needs to be shown better.
So the Joneses would like to repair their driveway. And I will let Rebecca Jones tell you all about that.
This is basically part 2 of what this was, fixing the damage, primarily fixing the damage from when that culvert was blocked and flooded, which, by the way, I alerted DPW last week. There was a beaver trying to cross the road from one side to the other where that culvert is, so they were going to go down and take a look and call DOT. But with all that water, the high water table that it caused, right up to, at some points, within a foot of the driveway, there's one section where you can see that sharp curve as it gets down, comes in from the road, and then there's a real sharp curve around the wetlands. At that point, it was literally a foot from the driveway distance-wise. And the water was actually pretty high. That's why we had to have those trees taken down. It killed them. And it caused, with the high water table for so long, it caused some of the soil there to just be so saturated that, unfortunately, delivery trucks, UPS, they'd back in every time and so it just killed the side of the driveway, and anything heavy coming in and out kind of caused things to kind of pack down a little more. It shifted a little bit, and the edges have started to crumble. We've got cracks where there were frost heaves and things from all that water, as well as the fact that when the curb cuts were done, when the house was built years ago, before we ever came here, DOT, when they repaved that section of Littleton Road, based on my research going back, Conservation Commission meeting minutes from about 10 years ago, DOT did not replace the curb that had been on that side. So water drains right down. It's washing out on the west side of the driveway at the top, where the mailbox is, just is getting rutted out every time and deteriorating the base right up against the driveway and causing water to try to pull up the ends of that driveway as well. So that, and between settling of the house, the driveway, the water table, we've had ice sheets form in front of the garage, and the driveway goes like this. It's sort of a nice little wave right at the entrance to the garage and the backyard. It's caused problems there. We haven't had water come in yet, but it's literally this much before you enter that flat level, which leads right into the house. So we've had a couple of different firms come out and take a look at it, and they said, this is what you have to do. And we need to cut out the section by the garage, pack it, repack it, shave it, and lower it a bit, so that we don't have that ice and water pool backing up and going in there, as well as into the doors along the backside, going into the basement. And the rest is just to fix it all and fix that apron where there's no curb cut, so that things don't continually wash across the driveway and directly right into the wetlands. It needs to go back to, it was intended that that upper side was supposed to filter into the vegetated strip between us and the property next door. And it's not been going into there. So we'd like to fix that, because DOT's never going to fix it.
No.
And make it a little safer so we don't have the ice to contend with. And if we've been told by multiple consultants that if we do not do something within the next 2 years, we will have to have the entire driveway pulled up, excavated, and done. Not only do we not want to do that, but with the wetlands right there along that side, you don't want us doing it either. This is the least intrusive, invasive, and there's no intent to change the footprint of the driveway, to change drainage at all, except to where it was supposed to. It was to make it as it was built. It was built so that it did drain into that little strip in the top area, but then they repaved and took out the curb, so. And this should also help with slowing down the sheeting a little bit so that it just doesn't come in a torrent, causing further erosion, faster erosion, and help us grab the trash that, including all those lovely nip bottles and cigarette butts that we find every day. They keep washing down. We try to get them, but
Our species.
yes. Right now, the only thing that's catching those is the poison ivy, so.
Oh, good. There we go.
Oh,
Well, I did look at the driveway when I went out to look at the tree situation, and there really is no problem.
Okay. Any other comments?
The
questions?
washout that you're talking about, is that issue 2?
Yes, yeah, right. Yes, it's right up in here.
So it's going this way as opposed to it was
Yeah.
designed to kind of go this way?
It comes down across that way as well as following, because of the sinking, it'll come down, and we just
Start down the
have to,
driveway.
literally sometimes, if there's been heavy rains like this year, get out there occasionally with a shovel to pick up the sand and silt and the rocks that are coming out. And I've talked to our mail carrier. He said, yeah, every time he tries to hit the mailbox, of course, it causes one of his tires to spin a bit and kick things back. So by fixing that spot, it'll prevent that from happening as well.
Is there the need for any erosion controls?
I don't think so, because there isn't any soil being disturbed, there's no pavement being disturbed. There's a little bit of stamped concrete that's gonna be dug up and replaced with asphalt, but it's not gonna create an erosion situation. That's right up close to the house.
Is that near the garage will be dug up where you said where it's
Yeah,
kind of wavy
it'll
and-
be right, literally, I think it's a 12 by 15, I think is the measurement, in front of the garage doors, 12 by 20, something like that. Just a couple, about 12 feet out from the doors, straight out, because that section really has just gotten wavy, and trying to get into the garage and in and out, it's like hitting speed bumps in and out.
Mhm.
And that's where the ice sheet forms and pools.
That's by design. You're supposed to go slow in the garage. Is that,
No, I don't think the previous people did that, drove into the garage door multiple times, so.
nice. So the part in front of the garage, is that higher or lower than like over here? I guess
It's supposed to be, it's
Higher.
all supposed to be higher,
okay.
but what happens is, this is the edge where the wetlands are,
Yeah.
and then this is where the garage is, and it's flat, and then it comes up and down.
Okay.
So it all just kind of,
Do you think it's root related, you know?
no,
No?
it's not. It's literally the part by the house
It's just kind of sunk in a little bit
has
down.
sunk in, except right at the lip of the garage. It's formed like a bowl.
Uh-huh. Huh. And then so the water flows down this,
Other way.
okay, down this way, and then
Right.
it kind of comes in,
Yep.
And it's
Comes in here.
downhill
it's
from
downhill.
Littleton Road down into, because it's a garage under,
Yeah.
so it's all
and it kinda
downhill.
comes
Yeah.
down,
Down,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so their intent is they're going to taper basically from the garage floor back away.
Yeah.
and
They're
smooth
going
all out.
to. It'll come out smooth it out, so that they're not going to change the height of the driveway overall, but they're just
Right.
going to remove that section and repack it.
Yeah.
And then
And
put
then
in a
repaint
thinner
it.
binder and then the top coat over it. Because as it is right now, if all we wanted to do is just put a top coat on, you can't.
Yeah.
It's, and you can look at the edge, trying to see here if I have it. Like you can see here, how it comes up, but that's how high it is there. But
Yeah.
then as you step back about where I was standing when I took that, it's lower, and you can see this ridge right here is where,
Right. Right. Okay. So
Sinks.
when they take this and taper this back to here,
Right.
it'll allow the water to run back. Yeah.
it's, the intent is what we're actually going to do is, rather than having it drain across the driveway towards the wetlands, since it doesn't do that now, it originally was done so that the lawn area
Yeah.
at the end is where it's supposed to go.
Sure.
So it's going to taper a little bit there to do it.
And kind of head this way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then that spreads out further. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And then so with the new driveway, the water sheeting off the street, where will it drain?
It's supposed to drain,
Gonna come this way in
Is
here,
there
or?
Is there a drain?
just where it says there's a little issue
Issue
2.
two?
That's where the mailbox is.
Uh-huh,
And behind that, you can see a little bit of starting of a trees.
Right.
uh-huh.
Along the property line, that's all vegetated, and that's actually lower.
Okay,
It's almost like I
okay.
don't want to call it a rain garden, but sort of.
So it kind of drains into that area there?
That's how it was supposed to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, little catchment.
Right,
So they'll build it a
when
little
they,
lower?
when they replace the apron,
Uh-huh,
It'll kind of channel
it-
it back
channel
there
it
where
back
it
in
used
there.
to go.
okay.
Instead of crossing the driveway and like you said,
Yeah.
going into the wetland.
Yeah, because everything that I've found,
Mhm.
researching that was what was originally required to get approval to build the house, was when the driveway was done, that it would
Uh-huh.
split the water there and channel some of that down so it would gradually, natural filtration before it flowed below ground into the wetlands.
Okay.
Cool.
And DOT was responsible for building the apron on the highway?
DOT,
It's too bad.
what happened is because
Well, they
when they
did,
built
but
all
then
those
they
Pingree
repaved.
Hill houses,
They
that
never
whole
replaced
stretch,
it. Yeah,
they repaved then.
well, they kind of buried
they
it,
buried it?
really, is what they were, they
They,
paved.
yeah,
Yeah, if it was a bump like this,
Yeah,
the new pavement,
went higher and
Yeah.
met the,
It-
the
it-
top of
yeah,
the.
they just,
Okay. Well,
because it's
Yeah.
documented that when they did that whole side of the road, even further down, right along the wetlands,
yeah,
if you look when you're driving out of town, there's a curb. Coming in, no more curb. They never put the curb back on that side of the road when they repaved.
hmm. Was this, I'm sorry to go off topic here, but was this the area that was drained last summer? Do you know how that happened?
Yes, I spent 2 years calling DOT, screaming because I was getting flooded.
Okay,
And finally, I gave up, and Mark Dixon and Mark Wetzel
yeah,
talked to me, and they called every contact and lit a fire under, Mark Wetzel lit a fire under DOT and got them out, because they kept saying, it's not going to affect the road, it won't flood the road because it just drains back and drains to the north. And they
Yeah.
said, yeah, it drains to the north and spreads out
spreads, yep, into your
and
property.
floods
Right,
my backyard, my side yard, and
right,
we had standing water year round.
Hmm.
So they came out one day and took a look, and when they realized there was about 6 feet more water in that area than there should have been,
uh-huh,
and the other side was getting dry, then they looked at the culvert and realized it was completely blocked and unblocked it, and in the space of 2 hours, it all drained.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Bang, mystery solved.
and it's my understanding that it's now on their list of future replacement projects because they
Uh-huh.
realize that it's the original 1964 culvert.
Which is probably too small for.
It's too small, it's
Yeah.
deteriorating,
Yeah,
Collapsed.
good,
so,
okay.
Blocked it in the box.
yeah.
All right, anything else? Does anybody think we need to add any conditions for erosion control or anything?
No?
Okay.
We've contracted with Lazaro Paving, so they're familiar with everything. They've already talked with Mark Wetzel about anything that they need to be careful of, be aware of, setting up a police detail, you name it, and they said they're very cognizant of the wetlands.
good,
All right,
so we have a negative determination all prepared.
motion to issue a negative determination.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Is your house on a slab?
I'm sorry?
Is your house built on a slab?
Nope.
You got a basement?
Got a basement, the garage under, finished basement.
Okay.
That's why I keep
been
coming
dry so
down for the
far.
meetings about the John Carroll Reserve.
Yeah, you don't wanna add to it.
Yeah, I don't wanna add any more water.
Water, yeah.
Because all of Snake Hill
Yeah.
Road, that
Yeah.
development drains down into there,
Into there, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so.
Yeah, hopefully they'll do an outside consultant who looks at the hydrology of the groundwater.
The surrounding areas.
Yeah.
It takes history into consideration and future.
It was very nice before it was drained, and all the wildlife that was there. We're getting some beautiful things there. But
But
we hadn't bought it as waterfront property. We moved out of waterfront property to get. So,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, so I will copy this correctly this time.
Okay.
And get it to you. You could come pick it up Monday, or I can just drop it in the mail.
Mail might be better, because I'm not gonna be around.
Okay, good.
Or
Pop it in the
if I
mail.
am, I'll stop by, but
Okay,
I have a question for you, totally unrelated.
okay. Well, you know where to find me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good night. All right, next. Request for certificate of compliance on 7 and 8 Littleton Road. Hello.
you're done.
John Boardman, Places Associates. How are you? Good.
Welcome to town hall where the air conditioning doesn't work.
Pass those down into 2 sheets if you want. One's the full plan, and then one's blow up, so you can read it a little easier.
Front door doesn't work either.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Nope.
That's stood there.
It surprised me. I gotten used to
We
it.
are just a mess.
You got enough?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somebody needs one.
One.
There's 2 pages.
2 pages? Okay.
Yeah, there were
got
2
it.
separate sheets.
I got
That's
two.
expensive and exercise.
Okay.
Wow.
One's a blow up and one's
Yep.
so you can see the details a little better, that's all. Hopefully we're reaching the end of the line here on lots 7 and 8 over on Littleton Road. The houses are built, the lawns are in and seeded, the swale across the street is completed, and the drainage is no longer dumping into their side yard. I think we're ready to close this one up if you guys are so inclined.
You've been out there?
I've been out there, not to do an entire COC walk.
We walked it last fall, but since then the swale construction happened and the
Right.
shrubs got moved, and so
Yep. And I was at lot 8 with the homeowner, talking about what dead things they could take out and what dead things they needed to leave.
it's good that they asked.
Yes, yes, we're getting a lot of calls from these homeowners, which is really nice. Yeah, so doing a lot of education.
Okay. So do we have a certification from the engineers that it was built to?
Yep.
Yes, they are here.
And they are 2 separate DEP file numbers, but they submitted them at the same time on one plan. It just seemed like an easier way to do it.
What engineer? AWS?
Places Associates. All right, any other questions?
So you guys could do a site walk, but I feel that I could also do this during the week if we didn't want to add it to the list on Saturday. Either way is fine with me.
You in any kind of a hurry? In terms of to the next meeting?
No, if we can handle it by the next meeting, that would be great.
Okay. Well, if there's no objection, why don't we have Joanne go out and look and report back?
Sure.
So we'll,
If you want to go out, yeah, nice. Give me a call when you're going, and
Yeah.
I'll plan on joining you. It only takes a minute to get
Yeah.
over there.
Good.
I know that as I drove by tonight, there's some trash in the swale, so it's doing its job, but I'll bring a trash bag and we'll pick it up.
Do you feel like the neighbors would be inclined over time to pick up across the street?
No.
Since
they
it's gonna
won't
drain
pass.
I don't know, I don't
Into
think I
their-
want to run across the street
I know,
all that
yeah.
often.
I know.
50 miles an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, really, maybe, you know.
I almost clipped somebody trying to get over to restaurant down the street there.
Yeah,
Chip shots or whatever.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Trucker, only going 30. I'm like, oh, dude, get out of the way.
Okay, then we'll do that, and we'll pick this up at the next meeting.
Okay.
Yep, I'll call you early in the week and pick a nice day.
Or we can pick a rainy day and watch the swale work.
Well, there's that.
Sit there and
Yeah.
I was out there in the
on
rain
the boat now.
a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
Actually, I can send you pictures.
Okay.
It fills up and slows the water down and gets it to the catch basin. Kind of
Cool.
like it was supposed to.
Wow.
Nice.
Hey, they work out once in a while, right?
And if
like it
there
was
are no
designed
issues,
that way.
then you don't have to come to the next meeting.
Okay. That would be great. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Okay, let's return to our wetlands protection bylaw discussion.
Come on up if you'd like.
And what is your name?
My name's Mary Metzger, and I live on East Street.
Well, hello. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, we've emailed.
Yes, we have emails.
Could you say your name one more time?
Mary Metzger.
Mary Metzger?
Yeah, I think you were at the plant sale, weren't you? I grow the plants for the
Oh.
plant sale at the library. I grow pollinators.
Your husband's Mike.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I was on the Groton Conservation Commission, so I'm a little bit familiar with
Yeah.
it. But
Oh, good.
Excellent.
I have like 3 or 4 concerns, not with what you proposed, I think it's fine, but I just have a question. You have perennial streams at 200 feet with rivers and streams. Does that include the water that goes from pond to pond? Are those streams like right at the rotary?
You mean under the road?
If it's not in the pond, it's going from one pond to the next pond. Is that a stream?
They are considered streams. I don't call it, yeah, they are.
Okay.
So it's from the end of Flanagan's under 2A, under the grass, under 2A, before it gets to Grove Pond.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
a stream then. Yeah. And one of the questions I have because of that is, I know you have here, you can't alter temperature, physical, biological, chemical characteristics, or tend to contribute to pollution of any body of water. And so if people are using lawn chemicals and the town is using them, or somebody's using them on the rotary, and that is right where the water goes into that stream. It borders. It's right on the stream. So
Yeah.
I talked to Mark Wetzel about that.
And
And
have they figured out who was actually doing
Um,
that? Because it's nothing that the town,
right, I
asked
think,
or
yeah, I think
contacted.
somebody volunteered to make for beautification to do that,
okay.
and so there wasn't a contract.
Right.
But I just think it doesn't set a good example if we want to educate people who live right on the ponds. What can you do to help the quality of the water is plant as much vegetation around the water you can, and don't use chemicals. And that goes very much with this whole section. It's pretty broad, I guess. And the other thing is trees. I don't know. I know there's probably a lot of development pressures here now, but it seems like there's a lot of trees going down, and I have a feeling it's going to happen on the lot right next to me. I live right where 3rd Street ends, and it goes right down to Grove Pond where the bridge you walk across.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a duplex going in there, and that's all been trees so far. It's probably 200 feet from the pond, I don't know. But I've just been thinking about, and I haven't looked at your long-range plan that I know you have one for land use, but this must be mass Audubon. I don't know. These are priority projects or priority parcels to, do you have that? Do you have a list of which, if you had the money, which particle or which parcels you would buy?
We do. We do
Okay.
have a list.
Okay, because,
And if that is the Mass Audubon Mapper
yep. Mhm.
project, that was used to help inform our list.
Okay. Because just specifically that it's a number 4 on what's going to be cut down, but I may be imagining things, but it seems like trees are being thinned and maybe they're not within 100 feet or 200 feet, but I wish there was some kind of education so that people know how valuable those forest buffers are for the ponds. And then the final thing, which I talked to Mark Wetzel, actually, I think I sent pictures to you, where 3rd Street ends, and then it goes down, I don't remember the name of that, is that Thompson Street? It goes down to that little footbridge.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a 1-inch rain, and we had 2 inches of erosion, I mean, a big ditch. It always just comes right off of there, and then it goes right into the pond. And it would be a great place for some kind of rain garden. There's no, as you go down to that footbridge, there's no vegetation there. So because it was a road at one time across there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of, Mark said there's a lot of, the water line comes in there, the sewer line comes in there, and then since I talked to him, I see that he has this whole 5-year plan of the stormwater,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't sure where he was on all those, but maybe the 5 years is up in 2020, is it? So maybe that could be a consideration to think about doing something in that area, because there's a lot of erosion. And my feeling about Grove Pond is, I know the sediments are bad, but the water coming through it is clean. It's as clean as it is anywhere on Earth. So, anyway.
We don't need to make things any worse.
Right,
for
and
Grove
it's
Pond.
flowing to the Nashua River, and so, anyway, those were just some of my thoughts and concerns when I looked at this online, but, and I don't think you have anything in here specifically about fertilizer, do you? About that? Is it in here or not?
No, anything we do that way, we do through a regulation later on,
Uh-huh,
so.
okay. More like an education thing, like right now, or do you even go there?
We haven't so far.
Okay.
We've
'Cause
talked about doing it, but we haven't done anything yet.
Okay, because I saw you also had, I printed it out, this was a sample brochure, how you can protect Ayers Pond. I found that online, somewhere on your site.
Yeah, there is a brochure about that, and I'm just going to skip across the hall and get another piece of information.
So these are all really good things. I don't know, I used to do a lot of environmental writing. I have had some health problems, so I can't do as much, but this is everything right here. I don't know, for people to know, what can I do? What can I do? Well, you could pick up after your dog. You could make your water coming off your house go somewhere in your yard, you know, instead of immediately into the street. You could,
One of the things that our office is going to be undertaking is an education and outreach program for
Mhm.
the stormwater permit that the town
Yes.
has through EPA, and there are messages that go out to residents, businesses, industrial users, and I'm forgetting the fourth audience group. And I've been working with Dan, our town engineer, on a year-long, one message a month plan.
that would be good, like on social media, like,
Yes,
you know, that's
yeah.
what the recycling committee's doing right now, you know, they just put out a little tip every once in a
Yep.
while, and
So
instead of overwhelming people with all this information,
Exactly,
you
yeah.
know.
And a lot of this messaging already exists through EPA or some of the stormwater collaboratives, so we're not having to reinvent the wheel, so we can actually spend time getting the message out to the audience groups that need to receive it.
The only other thing which has nothing to do with this, but I don't even know if you're in charge of this, but I've been trying to get information on the mosquito control contract.
Oh, wow.
Like, I know some towns, it's just the health department uses it to test for West Nile, and in other towns, anybody with 5 mosquitoes in their yard can call for spraying. And because I raise plants for pollinators, and my neighbor now has honeybees, you know, I'm very much, you know, agree with following the health department's lead, but I wasn't sure what it cost and because again, it's putting stuff into the water eventually
Right.
too. So,
Do you have it? Thank you, I can't find my copy. We received this, which is the notification from the mosquito control project about the spraying dates. Their website is fabulous if you
yeah, I'm familiar with it.
and you can exempt your property.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
done that.
Good.
But
And they do education and outreach also
Mhm.
about not leaving a bucket right side up in your yard.
Or your
Just-
dog's bowl out there, yeah.
all those little things really do
But
add up.
But is the contract such that anybody can call and get their yard sprayed? Do you know if that's, or do they just do testing? Because in some towns, they just test, and then when they find the West Nile and the mosquitoes,
Right.
and the health department makes a decision, and then the spraying happens. And I think it's different costs for that. You know, you can have a contract where anybody can call. Literally, it was 5 mosquitoes in an hour. Okay, I think that was their criteria, or something like that. It was like, you can call and get them to come and spray your property, which
Well, I'm sure.
I would just like information on how much it costs and what this contract, what the options are. It sounds like on July 1st, if somebody in Ayer wants their property sprayed, they can give them a call and it'll be sprayed. That's what this, it's kind of, I'm not sure.
And I'm not sure either.
Okay.
We don't get this information directly, but I found it, and
Anyway,
we can dig into it a little bit more.
I'd
But
like-
I wanted to give you this
okay.
because that is one education. I don't know whose this is. One education
Yeah, I get my soil tested.
packet that
Yeah.
I've put together, and I'm delighted to see they're disappearing. So people are taking them. So you can get your soil tested at UMass Extension, and that way you can tailor your fertilizer application to what you need, not what comes in the bag. And there's information in there too about how to manage your yard in a drought or a water ban situation. The UMass Extension is really, they, they're
And crabgrass is very resilient.
yes, and stays green a long time.
Yeah, it comes late and basically takes over. No, I was gonna say, like, a lot of our orders of conditions near wetlands.
Yes.
And I know that we had this on the Wright Road, the cul-de-sac.
Yep.
Near the Wright Road. Those orders basically, said that there was to be no fertilizer with,
Phosphorus.
Yeah.
phosphorus. So it had to be kind of more of a natural.
I think that's a state law now. And you wouldn't believe it if you go to any of the garden stores because they have all the fertilizer with everything else, nitrogen and phosphorus in it. Well, they just haven't got the message yet,
Mhm.
but I think that's for, I think it might be a ban in Massachusetts. You can check on that, but it's been a couple years, but
I have on my lawn my sister's phrase, but sort of everybody's on their own.
Yeah.
And my sister says, it's a multi-family soil retention team. Between some grass, some crabgrass, plantain.
Yeah, clover, yeah.
It's a team.
I mow around the clover
Yeah.
to let it.
the bees like.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't really have any other questions about that. I would just like to see, more education for what people can do individually to protect the water resource, Not getting any more of that.
And part of the reason we're working on this, doing this bylaw draft is the bylaw that was done years and years ago doesn't say anything other than what the Wetland Protection Act says.
Okay.
And about 14 years ago, there was an effort to upgrade the bylaw, and it got defeated at town meeting. So enough time's gone by, we're trying again, and this new bylaw would give us the ability to write regulations, as George said, and then we can, in that format, start to try to do more education.
So what happens, I think everybody that, the whole town's built on a wetland, but everybody must be wondering about grandfathering, like, if your dining room table is 100 feet from the pond, At that point, is it like an education process, like, here's what you can do with your lawn, or?
It's basically going to be going forward, any future changes, it's not going to be retroactive on anything that was done in the past.
Yeah, I think that would be the biggest concern about people wanting to pass this, is knowing that, where that stands, anyway.
I think as time goes on too, hopefully people will begin to realize that, the environment is changing, global warming is affecting climate, therefore, all of our water situation will change, right? Some trees won't be able to survive in certain conditions, other trees will probably have to be planted. I mean, it's going to be an evolution, and hopefully people will begin to educate themselves and learn through others, and learn hopefully from what they read, and hopefully change and modify some behaviors. I know people who are starting to plant more plants, like you said,
Trees and
for
shrubs.
pollinators,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
been a big effort, in the last 5 years, and you see more and more of that. So that's a good sign. I see a lot of people wanting to not take down vegetation around ponds in places where they live. They want to put in more native species and sort of replace the invasive species. So hopefully it'll be an evolution of learning and change, for the better.
I hope so.
Yeah. I have a question back to the Rotary. The road. So you're talking about the Rotary, the town Rotary, the big.
Yeah, as you're coming from Main Street, and that plot of land just beyond the little triangle, just past East Street where I live, there's a big rock there, and they've been having, you know, pesticide application signs on there, like,
So not in the big circle, I don't.
No,
the
not-
big-
no,
the big
not in the
rotary
middle.
With two A.
So it's
the
where
road,
2A is split
Yeah.
into two.
and there's
one-
like a yard, a lawn, like with trees, and some of them are dedicated to something, and it's just as you get to the rotary and it splits like that.
As you're heading
Oh.
east.
Right, yes.
Right, right.
Yes.
Well, that's where
There's
the,
that house there on that triangle land.
oh,
That's where she's talking about.
oh.
Right,
oh.
just east of Balch
Right
Dam,
before
right?
you get to the rotary, that house on the left, as you're approaching the rotary.
Correct, yeah,
It's not a house, it's the public land. It's the public land where the sign
yeah. Well,
is.
maybe I'm
Getting-
misunderstanding.
getting
that.
some answer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Get it out
okay.
by phone.
Because the rotary itself, I mean, that's a Mass DOT project where they're
Yeah,
gonna put in more
yeah.
kind of a rain garden-like
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, I don't know
right?
what that is gonna be like.
I know.
I was
Well,
interested to
I
know.
think I mean, their hope was to help, you know, water infiltrate
Yeah.
and drain
Which is good.
better
And be
Yeah.
treated.
and be treated before it
Okay.
sort of gets.
Okay, so if you see where that big to the left of the rotary there, that's where it's being applied.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I've got a picture of the sign, and I live right down that street, and then there was a sign near that boulder, and then there was one farther down. And I think it was twice, and I think somebody did it to
So,
do a favor for beautification. You know, they thought, let's make a nice green lawn here, you know, on the, you know,
so
so, but
what do you think they're treating for?
just a little yellow sign, stay off, you know, like everybody that gets lawn chemicals,
Right.
you know. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
because
at least 24
yeah.
hours, keep your dog
Is it
off, right?
Is it herbicides to kill?
It's probably fertilizer, some kind of maybe herbicide or pesticide, something to make your lawn look greener, nicer, and thicker.
Did Mark Wetzel tell you if he found out who was doing it and if they have stopped?
He said he was looking into it, and he thought the same person had also applied to different places along town properties on Main Street
Okay.
as a benefit to the town.
All right. Well,
So it was like maybe town hall, I'm not sure. You know, so I thought I saw another sign after I talked to him, but I'm not, you know, it's not my biggest concern. But you see, there's a little stream there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a big stream.
So it's going right into the stream. So.
All
anyway.
right. Well, I'll call Mark and
And if you could just scroll down to where the right there. Okay, so coming down off that hill, that's a fairly steep hill, and to the left, they're going up through the woods. To the left, yeah. That's where the erosion, as it comes, there's nothing to stop it,
yeah.
and it just comes right down, and it's like 6, 7, 8 inches of erosion, and then it goes right into the pond. So I think that would be a future stormwater idea, that
Yeah.
maybe there could be more vegetation grown there, since nobody's driving, except they have to get their trucks in there for the water line and everything.
Right,
So,
right.
but I think and people do a lot of dog walking there, and now we got the community garden on the other
Yeah,
side.
I
So,
know. So is that on Google Earth yet? Have they updated
No,
it?
it
Not
isn't.
yet.
but I really like that area. It could be a great walking area. The plants along right there where
Oh,
you're,
I know.
they are all native. There's
Yeah.
invasives coming from the road, but a lot of people use that. You know, a lot of people go down there all the
Yeah,
time
it's
just
really,
to,
it's really
you
nice.
know, all seasons. But
Mhm.
and now that the community garden's there, it's
Yes.
a nice little natural
Yeah.
area. But just above that, I believe, is where they're going to be cutting some wood, right up where it, right there.
Right here.
Yeah, that
This-
whole lot.
That whole lot right there.
Yeah,
Why is it gonna be cut?
I think there's duplexes going in there, and that's the plan. I'm not sure where they are in that process.
And it's outside of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that non-Aquatious Brook runs right there. It's
Yeah,
200
it's
feet
over
from
there.
non-Aquatious Brook.
Yeah.
Well, or
Probably to the
this
house,
is,
right?
yeah, this
Yeah.
is,
It's a big, yeah.
yeah, that's,
Okay, but you say you do have a list of priority projects if,
I do. And I can, how about if I email you
that'd be
our,
great.
we had
Well,
a research report done basically, by, MRPC, Massachusetts Regional Planning Commission, and, I can send you a PDF of the whole report,
Okay.
and it's got the maps.
all right,
Thank you for coming.
all right,
Well,
good
thank
luck
you.
with all your work.
You know, they have a vacancy on the planning board.
I can't- You guys that come to all these meetings. I appreciate what you do.
That's how we got Mark.
You see that?
Well,
It's got a
before
little
you-
dot there for Ayer Community Garden, I just noticed that
know.
one too. Right in
The
front of the liquor
the
store.
bees that your neighbor have will be good for the community garden.
Yeah, they're already come over to my, I have a lot of milkweed in bloom right now, but yeah,
Great.
they'll help pollinate everything
Yeah.
over there.
That's great.
All right, thank you.
Great,
Thanks.
thank you,
Nice
nice
to-
to
nice
meet
to
you
meet you
in
too.
person.
All right. Next item is request for certificate of compliance, 231 Snake Hill Road.
With the notion we're coming back to the bylaw for edits. We're coming back to the bylaw for edits.
Okay.
Hi,
Well, hello.
how's everybody doing?
Good.
All right, you?
We're
So,
hot.
I'm doing well. It's hot, yeah.
It's hot.
I was here the other day, it's still no AC. Oh yeah, you're waiting for
So the chiller
the chillers.
is dead as a doornail dead.
Yeah.
Town meeting appropriated money to replace it,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that it would last until the new fiscal year. It has to go out for bid because it's so expensive with the procurement rules. So I think
Wow.
it's gone out to bid, but can't be, if we're like 2 to 3 weeks from having air conditioning, so. Some
Pushing the hot
offices
air
in the
around.
building have little portable air conditioners, but the conservation office is not one of
Since you're on
them.
the first floor. Hopefully the third floor has
Yes,
something.
they were the first.
Do you want one?
I think you do. No?
No. I was given a floor fan today. I have my own little fan, and Paul, our custodian, got my shade working so that at least the sun is not coming in the south facing window all day.
And after tomorrow, I think the highs the next week are low 80s. I don't think it's going to be quite as warm.
Yeah, and the humidity should break a little bit tomorrow too, they said.
That would be
It'll
good.
be more comfortable.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well- Be happy that you're not in Europe right now.
oh, I know, my neighbor texted me today and he said, we're here on this beautiful lake in Italy and it's 99 degrees. Fahrenheit."
Yes.
But they were supposed to go up
Silly.
to like 113 at some
Yeah.
point. Some of those.
130 in India.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, so I'm not
So we're not
complaining.
complaining.
No.
Yeah. 90's not so bad.
So,
Everything was-
Kevin came at 3:32.
Yep, I was
Yes.
on the horn, pressuring, making sure I
Yes.
had everything in.
No, and he was, so we have everything we need.
Okay.
But it came in at 3:32, so I don't have copies for you beyond what's in the packet, which is the approved plan on one side of the paper and on the other side, the certified plot plan. But now we have the as-built. So, George, I'm just gonna pass all this down to you. And we have top of
Certified letter from David E. Rouse.
Yes.
the certified plot plan from, yes, David E. Ross.
All phases of the project have been completed and are in compliance with the order of conditions. with the following exceptions. On the southerly portion of the property adjacent to the property of Salter, an earthen berm with mulch and shrubs has been installed. This area pointing was installed by the homeowner. The approved plan indicated a total of 6 wooden posts to be installed, only 5 have been placed on the site. So, do we want to do a sidewalk? It's going to be out Saturday anyway.
What time?
Well, we have 10 o'clock is the Oak Ridge property. This would be really nearby.
The earlier, right? Earlier?
Well, 9 o'clock we have.
We have Wilson Road.
I couldn't quite hear.
That probably won't take an hour, so probably.
I think
Yeah.
the,
If you're quick,
the
yeah.
order called for 6 posts and there
Yeah.
are 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I bought 5 and we
Yeah,
gave
get the,
it
so that would be in between.
the 6
Yeah.
posts.
So,
Oh,
Littleton going
okay,
and staying.
all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
let's fix
'cause-
that.
Yeah. I'm not sure why they.
Okay, so we have a correction actually to the engineer's letter.
Okay.
Gary bought 5, got 1 free,
All right.
and installed all 6 of them.
Okay.
Right?
Because I was going to give Brian the 6th one so he could put it on his desk. I'm like,
Yes.
I need the 6th one.
Yeah.
That's it right there, though. That
Well,
placard right there.
Okay.
So I installed 6. There's 6 posts there. I'm not sure why they didn't pick it up.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if he was reading the plan rather than counting, maybe he just lost the symbol. in
Yeah.
the- So. 1,
And they actually carried that berm around
three,
first, right?
4, 5. Yeah, he just missed one of these symbols because there are 6 of them.
Yeah.
Here.
And I carried these around forever.
Yeah, you did that, and they have apparently,
Yeah, I saw that when I was putting the trackers. I put everybody's on there.
yeah.
It's like 4 or 5.
So how are they, so it's their metal, the metal post,
Oh, no,
no?
no.
The
Beautiful.
post I put in,
Yeah.
Wooden,
Oh, they're
4 by
wooden.
4 pressure treated, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
nicely trimmed up at the top.
Little
Uh-huh.
angling tops and they're gonna rot out sooner or
Okay.
later than
Okay.
sooner.
Long time. Really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So we came out there around 9:30 on Saturday to look at it.
Okay.
I understand the homeowner's a little anxious for us to.
Very anxious. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, so I get is more than you get. So
Oh,
allow, yeah.
Oh,
so,
boy.
and I'm
Okay.
always, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're super nice and they're good people for that property.
no, and I think
They'll take care of it. Yeah.
I think they will, and I think they understand
Yeah.
The sensitive nature of their new home site.
Yeah. So if we don't find any problems, we can tell them to take out the erosion controls on Saturday and follow up with the paperwork.
Okay, so are you,
Oh, awesome.
are you gonna be there
I
Saturday?
can't be there.
Okay, will they be there?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You
All
can
right,
relate to them.
Good, so it's Brian and Deborah.
Yep.
Grad, Grad, are the homeowners.
Okay. All right.
All right, so
Good.
if everything, somebody will let me know Monday,
Yeah.
and I will issue.
Let
the-
me know, yeah.
Issue the paperwork, but you guys have to sign it.
Yeah, we'll sign at the next meeting. If there are no issues, you don't have to
You
come
can
back.
take it. Okay, awesome.
So
Super.
July 11th is the next meeting, and
All right.
I will
If
let you.
I talk to you on Monday and you guys are okay with taking the silt fence down, because they're very anxious, I can do that.
Yeah.
Because they'll be, they'll be,
Yeah, you said Monday.
Yeah.
yeah, so, is that good?
Yeah.
All right, super. Well, everybody have a nice 4th and
You too.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
great work with you guys.
Yeah,
You
this
too.
was
Thank you.
good.
Okay. Jump back to bylaw.
Okay.
Had
What-
some,
Do you want to do that, or you want to do Edgeway?
which do you want to do?
It's to the bylaw.
Okay,
Nobody's here, it doesn't matter.
all right.
Okay, so, wanted to do some edits. I'll just run through some, and then I'll put up a new copy. On the first page, well, or in the preamble, that obnoxious person known as our conservation administrator
Oh, jeez, her again?
had suggested just adding in the second paragraph where it talks about Nonnequacious Brook connects to the last of the chain ponds and then to the Nashua River that forms most of Ayer's western boundary. How about then adding something that says that forms most of Ayer's western boundary, recently designated in March 2019 by Congress as
The National
as
Wild
part of the
and Scenic.
National Wild and Scenic Rivers System.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, just to, okay, so I'll put that in. We had the question come up, you guys raised it, if we were allowed to keep the diagram in, would the numbers in the diagram bind us?
That's a good point.
We could always add a caveat with the illustration that the illustration is informational, not regulatory.
Did we get any comments back on if we could actually have a picture in the bylaw? Did
No,
they
we haven't heard back from town council yet.
We could also caption this to say,
for elected purposes only?
yeah, and that the first 50 feet of a upland buffer provides bank stability, the next 50 feet
You wanna
protects
write
water.
something?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and just to do a disclaimer that
Yeah.
it doesn't, it's not,
It's not a.
it's an information thing. On section 2 jurisdiction, I did up a rough little draft of an additional paragraph that answered some of the comments made at our meeting. See what you think of that. And I'd put that in as a section D on that, under jurisdiction, I think.
Phrases like "will do all within its capability."
Yeah.
This was a draft, so this is like
Yeah.
editable.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe if we could just add this onto the section 1, the purpose.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was just, I worked on this today before my flat tire. So that was really quickly where I thought I'd throw it in, but put it up, move it under purpose,
So
Yeah,
all of this would go under purpose?
paragraph 2.
yeah.
So
And-
purpose would turn into an A and B. Okay. To follow the same format as everything else.
Well, and how about if it were to say the commission will affirm and support the environmental standards?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I always start with,
More words.
I start with more words
Right.
and more qualifiers that I always have to get
We'll rein you in.
reined in on. Okay, commission will affirm and support, blah, blah, blah. Will affirm and support, will do we want to say coordinate policies?
Yeah,
regu-
we'll
Yeah,
work to
we'll-
coordinate.
Work
Yeah,
to.
we'll Work to coordinate.
Work to coordinate, okay. And as I was listening to Mary, the zoning bylaw also has a tree clearing section, right?
Yes, it does, 9.6.
9.6.
9.6.
It's a hot topic.
So I was thinking there, in the very last, where I did the, such as the zoning bylaw section 10.1, instead of putting that such as sections of the zoning bylaw, such as 9.6 tree clearing, 10.1 open space residential development, air department, public works. We don't have a stormwater bylaw yet, right?
Not yet.
Yeah. Standards and so forth. That would seem to answer some of those comments without getting into reiterating what every other standard is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'd probably just send it to town bylaws and regulations. Leave off all the parentheses stuff.
Take out the parenthetical altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, just look at all those words going away.
Down the drain.
Okay.
So you would end the sentence after town bylaws and regulations?
Yeah. How about town bylaws, policies, and regulations?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll give you one back. Do we need to specify, because when I originally read this, I read it really kind of differently real quick.
Yeah.
Town of Ayer?
Where?
No, to say Town of Ayer bylaws, policies, and regulations,
Oh.
as opposed to,
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Surrounding
Yes,
towns.
other-
With
yeah,
other towns,
right.
other towns.
yeah, because that's how initially I go, I don't want to be bound by Groton's
Right, right,
bylaws,
right, right.
even though we may want some of it.
2 words to you,
Yeah.
sir.
The other town of Ayer. Yeah.
And again, this will just go in the next bylaw draft that I'll do after
Mm-hmm.
this, and
Yeah.
then go up on the website, and so it's all still revisable for another 6 weeks, 7
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. I'll add that in, and put that under purpose A, B. Okay. Under presumptions, section 3, B.
Yes.
I think our bylaw and, I'll go through my cheat sheet. For no practicable alternative, the Act, the Wetland Protection Act adds no practicable, practicable or practicable? Practicable, awkward word. No practicable or substantially equivalent economic alternative.
Say that again.
Hmm?
Say that again.
To add in, so number 1 would be, there is no practicable or substantially equivalent economic alternative.
Yeah.
Yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay? Yay? Nay? Yay?
Substantial.
Substantially
Doesn't sound like the right word.
equivalent.
I know.
Yeah, substantially equivalent economic alternative. And that's also straight out of the language of the Act, the Wetland
It
Protection.
doesn't mean they're right.
Hmm?
Doesn't mean they're right.
So, so practicable is not only hard to say, it's a weird word. So
Mhm.
it means
But that's in the Act.
able to be accomplished
Right.
and basically without too much difficulty.
Right. Right. Right.
So what do you think about adding that qualifier in?
Yeah.
4 words for me.
4 words for me.
Okay. See, it's, the beginning of,
Before you leave that, though, how did we address, what did Ken bring up about similar wording from B to be placed in
Right,
A?
should this
Did we
also
want to
be in
address
A?
that?
Right,
oh,
I kind of forgot how exactly that
Yeah.
applied, but, so I'm trying to
Well,
read back through A and B and see what the,
I don't think
It was-
he understood that B was specifically about riverfront.
well, they wanted to apply the same really strict standard
buffer
to
zone,
the
right?
buffer zone.
Buffer zone.
But most people's, some people have their whole yard in buffer zone, or at least a good portion. And I think it would be a harder sell of the whole bylaw if we're applying that stringent a standard to,
right.
what do you all think, Chairman?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Is there a way to tone it down a little bit, but still get the message across?
I mean, I think,
Maybe we leave that for the regulations,
yeah.
because I think
we're
that's where
gonna
we
be-
can start to talk
yeah.
about slope and existing homes and things like
Right.
that. Maybe that's where that
Yeah.
really should be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's,
I think,
because it really is, this is the different, new development and,
Yeah.
yeah.
but see, in regulations, if we had untouched land and we were deciding on a no disturb or no touch zone,
Right, burning, there, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It will be, it will already have been defined in regulations.
okay.
All
Yep.
right.
Next one, just very simple thing, under section 5, applications and fees. The first line, review and permit applications, and then it goes into define the RDA, notice of intent, ANRAD and stuff. All I want to add in is a simple thing, review and permit applications, comma, including but not limited to, colon.
Oh, yeah.
Just so we're not.
Yeah.
The same section, item C, which is the in red that we're having town council look at anyway. Re-looking at the MACC version ends that whole thing with, but the commission is not obligated to do so. Leave it off. Put it in.
Can you read the whole?
So it would be the commission, where it determines appropriate, may accept as the permit application and plans under this bylaw any application, NOI, RDA, ANRAD, and plans filed under the Wetland Protection Act and regulations, but the commission is not obliged to do so. But I think, looking at that article Joanne sent us on the court case versus Winchester, you want to have something that points to where you can have the overlapping permit process. Because in that case, it looked like the person arguing against the Conservation Commission was trying to say that you can do this under your local bylaw, but you can't do it under the act, or something like that. They were trying to, whereas
Take them apart.
take them apart, whereas there's an interest really in keeping them together. But the caveat, but the commission is not obliged to do so just
So,
allows,
so under that,
yeah.
the applicant would just have to go directly to DEP.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
So that wouldn't be a bad thing to be able to.
separate? Yeah. So,
I
okay.
don't think so. George, what do you think?
I agree.
So I'm adding that in.
Yeah.
How many words?
9 words on that.
Yeah.
But I have one section where I'm going to take some words away. Here's adding 2 more. Under section 6, notice and hearings, this is really simple. Where we're
Which one? A,
And
B,
ha-
C?
on under A, where You can get it by your notification by hand delivery with signed receipt, and paralleling the act, it should be signed and dated receipt.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
putting it in dated.
Yeah.
Under that section, section B of that, here's where I want to delete 12 words.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So B, instead of, and the MAC added this in, but the Act does not have it in, that the notice shall briefly describe the project. I would like it to read, shall briefly describe the project and state where copies may be, or copies of the plans, copies of the application and plans may be examined and obtained by abutters. Instead of having that in, the notice shall describe it and include a copy of the application or request with plans, or shall state where they can be found.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's just,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's a
why
little
that's
redundant.
well, it's burdensome on
Burden.
applicants
Yeah.
Yeah.
to,
You have to supply.
yeah, to even suggest it.
Yeah.
Is that okay, Julie? Okay. State where copies of the application or request.
I mean, the butters can come here and
Yeah.
see a copy.
Yeah.
You're saying you're gonna take that out?
Take out that the abutters notice will send the application and plans to all the abutters. That's a lot of
Yeah,
paper
that's a lot
too.
of, yeah, that's a lot of trees.
Yeah. Because nobody does that anyways.
Right,
Where
you
did that
just,
come from?
Include a copy of the
MACC's
application.
Their model bylaw had that in. It's
Oh.
not in the act though.
Yeah, that's odd, yeah.
So you're saying you just don't want them, you don't even want to have that option available to them?
Or even have it look like a requirement.
Yeah, that's odd, yeah. And usually a button notice will go out and those people who are interested will come to the meeting
Right.
and see. And
Or come see
or come
Joanne.
see Joanne
yeah, to see
Or
the plan.
to see the plan
Yeah.
or
If
and
it's
request
somebody-
a copy of the plan
Then
and
request a
take
copy
it
of the
and
plan.
take
Yeah.
it home with them.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody who's really interested can get it,
Yeah.
rather than trying to suggest that all this extra material be sent to people who are going to toss it in the trash.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
Under D,
Okay.
just like to just make a slight amendment. The commission shall, it says shall conduct a public hearing or meeting. And I'd like to parallel the act here and say the commission shall open a public hearing or meeting within 21 days of receipt of any permit application,
Mm-hmm.
blah, blah, blah. So just add that in.
So, conduct turns to open.
Well, open sounds better.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
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 Also
no.
allows for
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
open-ended.
Yes, you're right.
Continue.
Yes.
Doesn't continue. Section 7.
So do we have to change commence to open in F?
Oh, and before we answer that question, how about if we can't? It, we could have it say, or by agreement of the applicant. Because we do have those 3-week stretches
Mm-hmm.
where we can't possibly
Yeah.
open a public hearing.
I thought we figured that out with the date. Didn't we count through the days to make sure that that wasn't gonna be an issue? Or did we not do that right?
Well, if it's, I honestly don't know if it's business days or calendar days.
So we can, well, we specified business days.
Well, that's 5 business days for the newspaper ad.
Yeah, I think it does specify in the mass
Yeah.
bylaw. I think it's.
Let's see. I have
I
a
think
copy
it's,
of
I
it
think
here.
it says business days.
Let's see.
I'd have to check again.
Well, here.
You wanna go look through it?
I'll look through it too. Anybody else want a copy?
What is that a copy of? The act? Oh, I've got it. Yeah.
Oh, well. Here you go, guys.
All right.
Water swamps.
So,
All right,
Page
page
9.
9, down near the bottom.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Conservation Commission selectmen or mayor receiving notice under this section shall hold a public hearing within 21 days of receipt.
So that's what we did, just add it in.
Yep.
yeah, so again, so I think we specified business days because
Yeah.
3 weeks is only 15 business
Right.
days.
So you wanna do business days?
So I think
Yeah.
that's why we left it as business days,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Okay.
So that gives us essentially 4 weeks to be able to make something happen.
Well, and they go on to say not less than 5 days prior to such hearing by publication in a newspaper. So
We have that too.
they're not
Yeah.
specifying.
But again, you know, if people wanna really complain, if we can't make it happen, it's like, well, they can get mad and take it to DEP.
Yeah, and
gonna
that's
take
what we said, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
take you
Months.
longer to worry about going through them as
Sorry.
opposed to just giving us another
So-
week or so.
So the deadline to put the ad in the newspaper is the Tuesday before the Friday that the ad is gonna go in and show the value base.
Okay.
So if I get the ad to them on Tuesday, it runs on Friday, so that's one business day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday
is 5,
is 5.
and then 2 weeks after that would still be 15,
Yeah.
right?
So I guess we can specify business
I
days.
think we're good. So again, just going back to F in
Yeah.
6. So if the commission shall commence, does that have to align then with your, as opposed to conduct, changing it to open, does commence have to now be open?
Oh, actually, we have it there. Never mind. I don't need to put it out, shall. Why was I thinking we didn't have it? Okay, what I just had to add, take out, adding the 21 days, because we cover it. This is where you get too close to things.
Yeah.
already have it?
Yeah.
And,
Oh, in F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that has,
21 business days.
from receipt of a complaint. Unless an extension is determined to be necessary. Do we want to say determined to be necessary and agreed to in writing by the applicant?
I think so.
So let's think about it the other way, Joanne. So if somebody gives you something on Wednesday,
Yeah,
but you can't,
I can't.
you gotta wait till the next week. So
Like-
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I could put it in the Lowell Sun. It costs exactly twice as much to do that. So if they come in on Wednesday, they absolutely want to be at the commission meeting the following Thursday.
Oh, I'm just saying, you tell them, well, we can't file it until the following Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Be another
10.
5 day, 10,
Right.
but then still 2 weeks after, it's still, so only 20.
Yeah.
Again, I think we strategically figured out 21 was a good
Okay.
day.
All right.
So I think you're still good.
Unless our agenda is full, and we have run into that before, where we were getting just buried, and we had to come up with guidelines of how many of each different kind of application we would take for an agenda. So,
Was that more of a, was that a pin Great Hill kind of thing? You could always limit a certain applicant. to
Well, we would
a
have to
certain
do
amount.
that in a regulation, since we weren't able to do that, I don't think, under our,
Another way around it would be to put it on an agenda, open the public hearing, and then immediately continue it, because
well, and that's what they do in Concord. They,
Oh,
and,
really?
and on the agenda, it says, the purpose of this agenda item is to only open and continue.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we could
Mhm.
potentially get 20 notices of intent behind
Mhm.
Shaker Mill Pond
Mm-hmm,
in one day,
mm-hmm.
which will cause me to jump out the window.
Luckily, it's not that high anymore.
I know.
yeah.
Well, can you open up one and then open up all of them and then continue maybe 90% of them and just kind of work
If they're all
on,
separate, yeah.
yeah, keep them separate?
Yeah. Or, you know, or you can informally ask the applicant if they would agree to sign off on, we won't advertise these until the following meeting because they won't be on. But if they don't
Yeah.
agree, then
Yeah.
you can say, put them on that agenda
Right,
and
but then they
fulfill.
just get continued,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so they know.
Or give them 10 minutes each.
Yeah,
Yeah. And if they want to complain,
right, right,
see us in a year.
right. Because they are, you know, I think our meetings shouldn't last past 10 o'clock.
Yeah, no kidding.
Once we
I
get
did
I
this,
mean, it
attend-
really shouldn't last past 9 o'clock.
The MACC
It should be 7
thing
to 9.
that I went to was getting home before midnight. So thank you all for not making that happen. I guess I got here in the right time.
You did. We were here till after 11.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, many
Nice.
times.
but you know, one of the problems is if you sometimes don't try to, and you have a whole bunch, you just have sometimes it's easier to try to clear the deck sometimes, but
True.
we haven't been in that situation for a while.
I know. I know. And we don't want to make it so
Okay.
homeowners can't get a word in edgewise.
Yeah. Moving on, section 7, permits and conditions, section A. Third line where I have significant immediate or cumulative adverse effect. And MACC had used significant individual or cumulative adverse effect. I just didn't like how individual
Individual,
signed.
I don't understand what
But-
that means.
I know, that's why I changed it to immediate versus extensive cumulative, or, so do you prefer to stay immediate?
Immediate. What do you think?
I see individuals, the right word.
You
You
think
rather
so?
individual?
Yeah, 'cause-
Okay.
What does that mean, though?
It's just
I
one
think-
effect.
Yeah,
One effect?
Okay, so I'll just go with the MACC wording then.
as opposed to, you know, having
No,
several effects.
that accumulate into a bigger effect?
Right.
Yeah, we should be able to just be able to act if there's only one thing that has happened and it has not yet accumulated into
True, into a
a bigger mess.
bigger, yeah, no, you're right, yeah, I didn't think
Or
about
if you have a homeowner who comes in and says, well, my little project isn't gonna do anything,
Yeah,
and the guy next to him has a little project that's not gonna do anything.
and
The
then
next guy,
together,
we put them all together.
right. Well, that would be more, that would be individual and then cumulative based on their individual
Yeah.
Right.
effects.
Right.
Okay,
So I'll go
gotcha.
back to individual. Okay.
Oh, but you can't take different notice of intents and accumulate them for different applicants.
You know, but you look at the impact that this project is gonna have as it interacts with other projects. It may not even be a project, it may be a completed project. You know, like if one guy's cut down 50 feet of trees along a shoreline, and now this guy wants to cut another 50 feet,
Mm-hmm.
you know, then you've got a large clearing. I mean, ideally, we should have stopped the first one, but
Right.
But if it's already down, then we don't want to continue.
Okay.
Okay, on the next section, B, I just had taken another look at our original pathetically short bylaw, local bylaw. And it did have phrasing in there that I really hadn't noticed before, but section 4 says, the commission is empowered to deny permission for any removal, dredging, filling, or altering of subject lands within the town if in its judgment such denial is necessary to preserve environmental quality of either or both to the subject lands and contiguous lands. And I was just wondering if, I like that in our judgment, it's necessary to preserve environmental quality of subject and the addition of contiguous lands. If you wanted me to fit that in between C and D on B.
Sure.
That's why I was
So
raising it.
contiguous land would mean, buffer lands that are jurisdictional.
Look at section 4, the very top. I don't know if it was just language we wanted to preserve from the original bylaw. That was one of the only, that and the word aesthetic were the only two things that departed from the act. So I thought,
Yeah, that would not be seen as substantially more stiff.
that would be.
If those were the only two differences?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just a thought, we can axe it.
Well, or you could put it in where you think it might fit and we can see it in context.
Okay, why don't I add it in, and I'll put it in red. See how it looks. Okay. And, section 7. Under regulations, section 8, we had that we will enact, we'd had rules and regulations, and then in this we say just regulations, we got rid of rules and. But then I was thinking, the Act uses rules and regulations, and the use of rules and would seem to me to also include other things that aren't regulations, such as policies, which we do write from time to time. So can I put rules back in?
What's the difference between a rule and a regulation?
Yeah.
Well, regulation has the weight of the bylaw behind it in itself. And it has, the policies aren't regulations.
But if a rule is something like no dogs allowed,
Or like
is that a regulation?
Because you're,
What's the
because you're
difference between-
regulating how something is being done or how it's being used. You're regulating that no dogs are allowed.
But there's no performance standard attached to no dogs allowed. There's no penalty for no dogs allowed. I don't know. Difference
So do you want me to leave it
rules.
off still?
Put it down, you know, yeah.
I'm not wedded to it either way.
Would these have to be, do they have to be defined in definitions, a rule?
No.
So
you
the
want to just
difference
leave it?
between rules and regulations, on the other hand, regulations refer to directives or statute enforced by law.
You gotta click on that, you gotta get the front end of the rules
All right.
piece.
Guidelines or instructions of doing something correctly.
Yeah, so the regulations have the weight of the bylaw.
Yeah.
Do we have
The
any?
rule is basically saying,
We will be
Ooh.
upset with you if you break
There's
a
a
rule,
comparison
but
oh,
there's not really
really,
much you can do.
you can't dig so many feet.
No, you
that
did that
all?
in regulations, that's
That's a regulation.
Yeah.
There's a chart.
But if it's a
Charts are great.
I love
rules,
charts.
with a set of instructions, so what's the way things are to be done. Oh, they're flexible? Rules are flexible?
Apparently.
Regulations are rigid.
I think we leave the rules out.
Yeah,
Leave it out.
no, you can put it in.
Put it back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, we do conditions,
Yeah.
So
conditions and circumstances, that would be like order
rules are
conditions.
set by individuals and organizations. Regulations are set by the government.
Don't get rid of that.
Nope, nope.
The rules are made to be broken.
There's an exception to every rule.
Say that, George.
Definition of rules, key differences.
All right, so
Okay.
we're just leaving that
Yeah,
in.
leave it in, yeah.
Okay, under definitions, there were several that we've been thinking of adding. I haven't done it yet, but should I add definition for applicant?
Well, so let's back up half a step. If we don't define a term, does the definition of the term in the Act and the existing state regulations apply? What's our fallback? Like if we don't define stream in this set of definitions, are we out of luck?
Yeah,
when somebody
legally, yeah, legally they
says-
have to, if they over,
Yeah. So I have stream here.
Yeah. Well, it's,
Okay.
So could we just say that unless it's stated in the bylaw, definitions are as in the act and the regulation?
Okay.
I think that would be
Yeah.
a safe thing to do.
Yeah.
Because in case we miss one, we don't want to get ourselves.
right, you're referring back to something.
Yeah.
Definitions shall be as stated in the Act,
And regulations.
Act and state regulations. Okay. Okay. So would you like me to add in definition of, say, applicant? Is that necessary?
I don't think we need that.
Okay. What about bog or swamp?
Well, what's in the act?
It's in the Act. Those are in the Act.
No, I'm saying what's in the act.
Or regulations, yeah.
And
The Act itself does
The term
Yeah.
swamp
define.
shall mean
Shall
area
mean.
with groundwater.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So swamps, wet meadows, marshes are all defined in the Act.
as well as applicant.
Okay, that might be where I got those from, so just leave those as in the Act.
Yeah.
Okay. What about mean annual high water line?
That's defined in the Act.
Yeah.
Okay. River, stream,
Yeah. That's in the act.
land subject to flooding.
Yeah.
Should be, yeah.
Is it? That was the thing Winchester ran into,
Land subject to.
and I didn't have time because I had a flat tire.
Well, and isolated.
This is what happens
land.
when you wait till the last minute. Something comes up. But land subject to flooding, I think, was an issue in the Winchester court case
Yep.
because they had gotten rid of some of the other language and just simplified it, as we did, to land subject to flooding.
We
Alright,
took out
so
land subject to flooding.
No,
Here's,
Did we talk about that?
I thought we kept,
here's
what
the,
did we take out?
We took that out of somewhere.
Yeah.
I see it in here.
Okay.
In the existing regulations, we've got land subject to flooding, bordering and isolated areas. Bordering land subject to flooding
Yeah.
is an area which floods from a rise in a bordering waterway or water body.
We simplified it from what it had been to several things to just any land subject to flooding. Because it had been something more, so that was our simplification.
Say that again? Where are you?
I can actually, we're in section 2A.
Jurisdiction, right? Right, yeah, 2 jurisdiction, we pulled that out.
No, what we had, she said consulting old drafts. What we had before, Mark, was, this is under we had or any land subject to flooding or inundation by stormwater, groundwater, or surface water. So we just
Right,
changed it to any land subject to flooding.
okay, yeah, it was a surface water thing, yep, okay.
So does that need a definition?
And isolated land subject to flooding as distinct from the vernal pool.
We didn't include isolated land subject to flooding as a resource area. Did you want it?
The Act does. So we probably should too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so actually that would be covered under any land subject to flooding. So why don't I work out a definition of land subject to flooding that includes isolated land subject to flooding,
Yeah.
or stormwater inundation, and all that stuff we took out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, we just got a text from Gary Schimmel.
Yeah.
I drove by to make sure there are 6 posts and thumbs up. The place looks great. The board should be pleased. Thanks again. Enjoy the wedding this weekend.
Okay, back to definitions then. Under the RDA, request for determination of applicability, John Cadigan raised the question where we have, an RDA can also be filed by any concerned citizen of Ayer, and he had asked, does that mean that if you have an environmental group that's not a resident, linked to a resident, they can't question something? Or file an
That's
RDA?
right. That was
So-
a good question.
So, meaning that if you are not a town
Who is a person? is the
Resident, right.
question.
who
Yeah.
is a person, can a organization or group file an RDA?
So if a corporation is a person,
Corporation,
but I don't know.
Because you know, when we did that, the storage calendar, 217 was made,
yeah.
and hadn't there been something in Devon's where, on that same stream issue, there's something at the time that
Conservation Law Foundation.
Conservation Law
Conservation Law,
Foundation
yes.
had sued somebody, so an RDA
Yes.
would give a group like that
The power to go
the power
to
to just,
go to the state.
well, to do an RDA that says, is this subject to the law, and then they
Right.
could challenge.
Right,
anything.
and that's part of what they did, right?
Yeah.
State.
So
Well, so
state
it
EPA.
could say person or
they concern,
organization.
Yeah.
But in those instances, couldn't they just go to DEP or whatever? And do it?
But I think they would go, since we're functioning, we're going to come back to us. DEP would say, go to
Yeah.
your town of Ayer Conservation Commission to bring this
right,
to their attention.
and the RDA would be the way to do it.
To file it, yeah.
Yeah. One way to. So just,
So that's maybe a good instance of that happening, but is there, whenever there would be a negative situation where somebody from Devon's could just, or
can
whatever,
always-
like them come in and say, well, hey, can you look at this, and
Yeah.
I don't know, just
Mm-hmm.
whatever you guys experience, could there be a bad situation?
Do you have to,
Because my current preference would be, let's keep it to people in the town of Ayer, but I kind of understand where you're going. It's like maybe
well,
somebody
say if
notices
it was
something.
an environment, say it was the National River Watershed Association concerned about something in proximity to a natural river and air, that,
do they have to own that? Do they have to be the owners of that?
you know, if they were, say, questioning, some person A, trying to do something within the riverfront, or what they considered,
Or something jurisdictional?
or that was in question, where somebody was doing something that they said wasn't jurisdictional, but Natural River thought it was, it would impact the river,
Mm-hmm.
so they wanted a ruling.
Yeah, that would be a legal matter for town council, I think.
Yeah.
Because that opens it up to anybody filing an RDA, or you have to file an RDA if I believe my neighbors were infringing
Okay.
on the common buffer.
Or if you have to be driving through Concord and you say, hey, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you want
It's
to,
kind of like,
Yeah, it's like
This
silence
is-
and
why do you know,
Yeah.
not so
yeah,
much the why do you even care, but, you know,
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
you're not part of our town. It's
right,
like-
right.
so leave that as is? Well,
Well, we could do it as is, or maybe clarify to allow official organizations of sort, right? Maybe we could do something like that. Does that make more sense?
well, that,
Like,
I think we would want Conservation Law Foundation to be able to
Yeah.
file an RDA
yeah.
or a
but
Mass
so-
Audubon.
Yeah,
So we
or-
say officially recognized
Or the,
something in
or the National
Massachusetts.
Watershed, what foundation, organization.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What are the state regs, so
Good question.
let's see.
I think, where's my application from our people who live in Houston? I think, I think on the application itself,
Okay, so actually, so you bring up Houston, so that actually makes me want to change this also to say, instead of just concerned citizen of Ayer, but also a property owner, right? You don't
Yeah.
technically have to be citizens of Ayer to
Mm-hmm.
be impacted by it, so we probably should at least add property owner of some sort.
I think when I was, Mary Walker's husband came in today, so we could walk through step by step filling out the RDA. And they don't live in Ayer. They own property in Ayer.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a place for, the applicant. And then there's a place on the form for the property. So,
Yeah, because we allow abutters to, again, to just merely be a property owner.
So this,
I thought we identified that somewhere.
so the state regulations Under
Too many
RDA says a written request made by any person
Any person?
to a conservation commission or DEP for a determination as to whether a site is subject to the act. So we could just simplify it and change it to a person. And if a person can also include corporation or an organization, then,
Yeah.
okay.
So the RDA form, number 1 is the applicant, number 2 is their representative. And at some point, it does ask for where the property is.
Yeah. And we have elsewhere that if the property, if the property owner is separate from the applicant, that we send everything to the property owner as a.
Mhm.
So I'll just take
Yeah.
out, I'll just put by any person. And getting rid of concerned citizen of Ayer.
Yeah, any person, and
Yeah.
if the Conservation Law Foundation is a corporation, then it's a person.
Right.
A limited liability corporation is probably still a person.
And we do replicate, person here, I think.
So again, you guys are comfortable with somebody from Weymouth driving through and saying, hey, I'm gonna file an RDA on that.
So person shall include any individual, group of individuals, association,
I don't particularly like it,
partnership,
but-
I've never
corporation.
seen it done, but oh, it has been.
Apparently, it's okay under the state
Yeah,
regulations.
so we just put any person, chances of it happening are really rare, but it does answer to Mr. Cadigan's concern.
True.
And it
Yeah.
replicates the state, so,
Yeah.
okay.
I suppose the alternative would be to say they can't, but then they could appeal an existing
Yeah.
determination.
Mm-hmm.
And my last one is under section 11, enforcement B. And just, wanting to clarify, this is entering sites, we have, so most of the way down, failure to provide consent may be grounds for the commission to seek an administrative warrant for permission to enter or to revoke an open order of conditions. What I'd just like to change it to is failure to provide consent may be grounds for the commission to deny a permit application on the grounds of inadequate review, to seek an administrative search warrant for permission to enter, or to revoke an open order. So just add in that it's grounds to deny a permit if we're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is it. May I make all these
Excellent.
changes? Okay. And then I will make the changes, and then maybe Monday we can get some, Cindy to
Yep.
post the
Mhm.
revised.
Are you getting any comments online?
We've only had one. Just one.
One comment?
Just one comment.
And one other, that's all for now. Okay.
I had one thing I was thinking of, I don't have any wording for it yet. Do we want to say in here somewhere that we want to specifically identify an inner portion of the buffer zone as having higher priority than the outer portion?
Oh,
I thought we were gonna do that in regulations, and again, when we potentially start talking about
Yeah,
slope and stuff like that, and if you get greater than this amount of slope, we'd like the buffer zone to be extended and blah, blah, blah.
yeah, I'm just wondering whether we should just have a general statement in there that just says, you know, that we recognize that this part of the buffer zone is more important than this part, and we'll
There's
know,
higher value,
higher value,
um,
maybe an assumption,
So we
under the
presumption.
well, it
just to
would be in
further
that,
strengthen our regulation.
Right,
language.
it would lead right to the
it would be in that
regulation.
paragraph under presumptions it
Yeah.
deals with
Yeah.
both,
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'll add that in.
Well, and when I do a caption for the little diagram, I can say it there also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may be able to clip that picture just so it doesn't include the lines, the measurements. Just clip it slightly smaller.
Yeah.
You could probably paste it in without the numbers on it.
That's true.
Yeah, so it would just be descriptive of those different
Yeah.
zones of the,
Right.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, so just like re-snap the snap, I guess. is
And
right.
watch, after all that, town council's gonna say,
Take it out.
here's the picture.
yeah, yeah.
Nix it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was it for bylaw. I will
Great.
make changes. They'll get reposted.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's- I know,
My
yes.
word.
Really.
okay, request for determination of applicability 8 Edgeway.
Right, I just need to find it. Everything was so tidy and all right. So the Richardsons, who live in Houston, own I could try to find the pictures of it here for you. Own a beautiful cottage at the end of Edgeway on the left that looks like time has just completely passed it by. Except I know time hasn't passed it by because there's a dead tree at about this sort of an angle, literally this far from the corner of the house, that they would like to have Zach Flag take down. And then in the front, that's in the back, away from the pond, and then in the front of the cottage, a little farther away, is a tree whose top has mostly broken off. There are a couple little tiny branches. These are both pine trees. The bigger one might be this big around. The smaller one's probably this big around. I don't see any problem at all in taking them down. There must be 96,000 other trees on this property. It really is a house set in the piney woods. It's
Yeah. I know which one it is. It's really awesome.
it is
So
really,
they are two
it's-
hazard trees?
two hazard
Two hazard
trees.
trees.
That's how I
Yeah.
characterize them. And Zach Flag. So
Oh,
here's
yeah.
one.
Yep.
Happens to be a
It's a pitch pine.
pitch pine. Yep. That is dead. That's the top of it. That's looking up.
Oh,
That's the one. This is the side of the house that faces the pond. This is the one that the top snapped off.
Wow, it's leaning quite
Yes,
dramatically.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
And
Is that freestanding or is it hung up?
Huh.
it's freestanding.
It's
Just-
not,
just-
it's not leaning against something else.
Mm-mm.
yeah, I'll get that taken down fast.
Yeah. The whole yard is pine needles, the driveway is pine needles, the yard is flat as a pancake. They're, they'll get in, they'll get them out,
Yeah.
they'll leave the stumps.
Yeah.
So I don't see any problem with this, and I have prepared a negative determination with no conditions.
Any comments?
No.
Motion to issue a negative determination for 8 Edgeway.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
It's so nice that Zach is really aware of wetland issues and
Mm-hmm.
and counsels the homeowners to call us, all the way from Houston, even. Yeah, that's good.
Alright.
database.
Yeah.
You want to do that another night?
There isn't much to do.
There isn't much to do, but I'd rather tell you about the oil spill than talk about the database, but up to you.
Database can wait, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, conservation updates.
Here we are. Peroni Park. They went ahead and took out the erosion controls without asking.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Oh,
That's odd.
it was odd. And it's a mess.
Huh.
So they took them out. They didn't rake anything out. They didn't plant any grass. So I need to talk to Jeff and find out what the heck. And it's likely that Mark Wetzel's youth work kids can rake this out and put some seed and straw on it, but it really needs to be done pretty soon.
Yeah.
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 So I will proceed in that.
Do it before Saturday.
Yeah.
217 West Main Street. Calvin came hobbling in today.
Yeah, hip replacement.
Me.
Me.
Oh
When
no.
did you take that picture?
That's the wrong picture. Hang on one
'Cause I
second.
believe that's growing already.
Oh, snow.
Wait. Well, we'll come back.
You want snow?
So on the other side of the project, Calvin had so this is the town side,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the east side. On the west end of the project,
Yeah.
he had a load of this quality fill, loamy kind of, delivered that was full of knotweed.
Oh,
Full. Just a sea of baby sprouted knotweed.
Oh.
And as of today, it's spread. I drove by there this morning on the way to work.
Well,
So that's why I said,
so
they go, this is growing already, unless you didn't just take this, right?
no, this is a couple weeks ago.
Right. Yeah,
So
that's
it's
already
not on
growing.
the town side, it's on the,
Shirley side.
on the
Yeah,
shore
basically
side.
behind the person taking this picture.
So
Way
it's on the
behind.
Oh, man.
west
Yeah.
side, surely.
Wait, the
Somewhere
west
you were
side.
mentioning east side, so I got confused.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's-
So Calvin said he was going to have it treated because he talked to his landscaper and he said at this level of infestation, you really just have to treat it with herbicide. And they were going to spread the new loam on top of,
It?
yeah.
Oh, maybe that's a good one.
Why not scrape the old stuff off and put new stuff on?
Yeah, because that's,
Like, scrape the old stuff off, treat it, and put the new stuff on.
yeah.
Well, I think if they treat it, they don't have, why would they have to scrape the old stuff off? That
But
would
it's
just
not
break
gonna-
up the, it
it's
would
gonna-
just break up the,
It's not gonna be able to treat
But if
everything.
they're treating it, isn't that draining herbicides into the wetlands?
this is a 2-day acting. It sounds like the professional grade Roundup.
Yeah.
He didn't say that's what it
probably
was.
is, yeah.
But if they start digging around
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
to
break
spread
up,
everything.
yeah. So I think scraping it off is not
Yeah,
the best bet.
yeah.
So that's the situation, and I'm sorry, I thought I had put the picture of all these little knotweeds.
All these little knobweeds.
But at least it was just that truckload. It's not everywhere.
Okay.
It's not out back. It's
Yeah.
not close to the floodplain.
And then he's just gonna have to keep an eye on
Yes,
what
and-
sprouts and get at it
And that's
whenever it
that's what
starts
his
sprouting.
that's what his landscaper told him
Yeah.
too. This is something you're gonna have to keep
Keep
after.
at, yeah.
So there are also a couple places that the erosion controls have blown out, and there were some pieces of plywood in front of these holes in this water thing that the site work guy put up on top of these tanks, and they've blown into the woods. So Calvin's gonna get somebody to go
There's some cleaning out to do.
rescue them. So that's 217 West Main Street. Tuesday morning, I had a walk with Paul McManus and Greg Moran from Omni at the oil spill, and this is what the oil spill now looks like from the Nashua Street crossing, looking up towards Washington Street.
Is that the culvert right there? The culvert
Yeah, the culvert's like
right there?
it's like under the stone. You can't really see it.
So it's, okay.
But this is still just the temporary crossing. They haven't put the
Oh.
permanent crossing in yet.
Okay.
So the wetland seed mix has sprouted. There's a lot of ferns that weren't destroyed when they were digging the contaminated soil out, and they're growing strongly. This is looking the other way. This is the replication, the future replication area. So we took a walk all the way up to Washington Street without the benefit of the yellow brick road, and discovered that the woody plants that they put in, 30 per cell times 32 cells, not very many of them are dead, but a lot of them have this amount of dieback.
But they're alive, sort of closer to the ground.
Yes.
You see some sprouting closer
Yes.
to the ground.
Yeah. This is an unusual one that actually has leaves at the top.
Uh-huh.
Here's another one that's really 3.5 feet of completely dried out wood, but sprouting at the bottom.
Yeah.
And we don't really know why this happened. If the plants got stressed before they got put in.
Yeah, that's what happens. So some of the roots are okay, but not enough to really,
Oh yeah.
you know.
But to have it be a wholesale, like, that we're talking 900 plants.
Yeah.
And
It
so,
could have been the winter stress that freeze it.
well, and I'm kind of thinking it's more like they didn't get watered when they were laying on their sides.
Uh-huh.
Remember, they were
Yeah, the
under a
roots,
tarp
the
for
roots got dried
weeks.
out.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what happened.
But they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Most of them are gonna make it.
So
Yeah.
they gotta go and cut off, like, they'll just leave
Oh
them
God,
as
no,
they-
because then we would never know where they were.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
actually kind
A
of
sign, a signage.
Yeah, you can at least
You
see
see
where
them, yeah.
where they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Paul has some areas of significant concern that you all need to chew on. One was brought to our attention by Brian Snow, and that's that the water coming from this stormwater outfall is not evenly feeding the east channel and the west channel.
Where is this?
This is behind,
House on Washington Street.
Right.
That's where the pumps were set up originally.
Right.
yes,
To divert the water, right?
Yep.
So say that again, the water's not being diverted to the two channels
evenly.
evenly,
Right.
as it was before?
Right. So the channel So let's see.
So the black pipe would go this way and the blue pipe?
No, the blue pipe is just like this random
Okay.
pipe that didn't get taken out when they replaced this.
Is it how they backfilled that area in?
It's really hard to know. But the order says that things should not be substantially different in the wetland than they were before the oil spill.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a substantial difference,
Yeah,
that both channels are not getting fed
yeah.
evenly. This pile of giant rocks here really helps break up the water when it comes ripping through this pipe in a heavy rain. There's no way to get a machine down in here anymore. So anything that happens, it has to happen by hand
Mm-hmm.
down here. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to think about that. The second area of concern, the channel through here was this wide before the oil spill. And this was one place they just had to keep chasing the oil to the side.
Uh-huh.
So now there's this very big, I don't even know how you characterize that. It's not really a channel anymore. So the question is whether to put this back more like it was before.
Rebuild the original channel.
The flow in the channels it was known before, like you said, that it is substantially different.
This is substantially different.
No, I guess I'm sorry, the picture before, where you said the flow was not going to each channel,
It was pretty even.
it had been measured or recorded of some sort, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's probably why, right? I mean, when you widen, that looks like a big area where the water's just gonna.
Well, the water doesn't
not
even
gonna
get down
divert.
that
It's
far.
not gonna be diverted.
It doesn't even
way
get
it-
down that far to. I'll put this on a map of some sort. So you remember this
Mm-hmm.
where
Mm-hmm.
there was kind of a wet spot and they put the mats through, and every time a machine went over it, it sort of pumped the soil out from underneath it.
Mm-hmm. Along with all the rocks.
Yeah.
Well, there were logs underneath there. These are chunks of ice.
Those were the ice chunks,
Well,
Yeah.
that's ice on
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
On the
Like
yellow
rocks.
sheets? That's ice?
that's ice.
Wow.
Yeah.
30 ice cubes.
Yep. So when they took the mats out, this is what was left behind. There's kind of a dam that formed on the wetland side and a dam that formed on the channel side. And I didn't get a picture of what it looked like on Tuesday, but minus the ice, it looks a lot like this. There's-
And
there-
that's flowing?
A tiny bit, but as soon as the water level drops a little bit, it's a lake, and it wasn't there before. So, and the lake is about 15 or 20 by 75 feet. It's big. And this is what that looked like in December, and this is pretty much what that looks like now.
Doesn't look so bad.
It really is coming right along, but you can see how many ferns
I
and
know,
other
ferns,
things
yeah.
that
A
did.
lot of grass.
Yeah. This is walking down see if we're facing north. This is the east channel. So this didn't get dug out up in here, but you can see all the new wetland seed mixes sprouted down in. Oh, there they are. There's the
yeah.
little knotweeds, little devils. So Mark, you think this pile has been spread?
I think so.
This was
That little guy was on top of it in a nice flat area.
okay.
Just to the left of that one building, they
Yeah.
all looked flat though.
Okay. Well, this is out in the back corner of the building.
Oh, I'm thinking the front, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't see this in the back then.
Okay.
I was talking about up in the front, they had it flattened out.
Yeah, the front has been flattened out and the basin is actually roughed in. It looks very nice in front.
Oh, okay.
That's a blown out erosion control. That's the plywood in the woods.
Looks like trapdoors.
Yeah. Yep. Just. So, look at this. 108 people liked our Blandings turtle.
That's a blending?
That's a Blandings.
That's what it looks like.
He's got a yellow throat and is kind of spotty.
It's a beautiful turtle.
Yeah.
He's smiling.
So I have this little social media thing going to kind of just do some education on stuff. I've made 18 posts in the last 18 weeks. No, probably not that many weeks, probably 10 weeks. 644 likes, 2,600 video views of those two videos. So people are liking turtles
Yeah.
and lady slippers
Yeah.
and trails, but not public meetings or fish kills or frogs.
So why they don't like frogs?
I don't know. So I went through and kind of sorted and filtered by post to see what people are liking.
What
And
about by date of some of the older ones? Just, the older posts maybe,
well, I could do it by date too.
maybe
Maybe we're
the
gaining.
ones an early post and just didn't have
Yeah.
enough followers yet?
I don't know. Well, this is on the town Facebook page, so it's not our own page.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's odd, huh?
It's
And
kind
that
of.
great blue heron? Nobody likes great blue
Nobody
herons?
likes the great blue heron.
And nobody likes to eat blueberries.
Oh, or maybe that was it. Nobody much cares for the benefits of wetlands or.
My daughter said you need an Instagram.
The town doesn't have we have
I don't know
Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, she goes, there's no Instagram, so we need an Instagram.
So anyway, that's just kind of an interesting. Nothing new on Central Ave. The steel's going up at the new gas station. Zero Sedgway, the Brezhnahans, they've got the siding on, the plastering's done. They've done a little rough grading on the right-hand side of the house down to the erosion control, and the site is completely stable. Trevor Trail, I asked young Mark Gallagher to please sweep the road. When I drove over there on Tuesday and couldn't see the road, he said he'd do the best he could. So I don't know what that means. The DOT has discovered Ayer's water main runs through a portion of the new proposed stormwater basin in the Rotary. And I heard today that rather than move the basin, DOT is going to move the water main.
Oh.
Yep. Next, bylaw public comment on July 11th. And, if the applications are going to keep coming in at this very manageable rate, if we think about a summer work plan for me, that would be good.
The woman's,
Reading and hoeing,
I have a hoe in my car as we speak.
that got some bittersweet.
Yeah,
I get a lot of buckthorn.
I do too. But we had talked when I first started about reorganizing the filing cabinets by DEP number instead of by address. Is that something you still want to think about? That kind of leads into the database. We do have access to Carly's intern through the summer. While everybody was really all excited about the stormwater outreach for the NIPD's permit, I gave them some stuff and haven't heard back, so it's not really seeming like a huge priority on there.
And didn't they get in, is that because of the PFAS? Or
It
is
probably,
something's
there's
taking
probably all
priority?
Yeah.
kinds of reasons why, but
Yeah.
From France,
so some programming at the library, or Georgia had talked about getting somebody to come speak about wetlands issues to support the bylaw work.
Well, we wouldn't want to have, I don't know that, if we wanted to have somebody come in and speak on wetlands issues, like a public information thing,
Well, just here's an interesting program.
yeah, more like do it though in the fall, when people are around,
Yeah.
the planet or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
In terms of the filing, if we're gonna put everything in the database and lose the paper, is there any real point to organizing the files?
well, I'm gonna make the case that we shouldn't lose all the paper. That we, you know, there are, and if it means that if we want something scanned in the big machine on the second floor, that we lose that paper, maybe that's not something we actually want to do. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I can scan. I don't know how to use that big machine yet. I'm not sure I really, it looks a little daunting. But this is all stuff to think about, and it seems like we've got a little bit of breathing room here.
One would be straightening out the CR for the Tupper property.
Yes, that's actually on my list.
Maybe can start to explore what we can do about Sandy Pond 2, the CR there, which is a mess.
Yeah.
If that CR was never recorded, can the terms of it be rewritten to accommodate what actually happened?
Probably, I mean, it was never really written either.
Yeah.
What is Sandy Pond 2?
Mountain Laurel.
Oh, Mountain Laurel.
That was
Mountain Laurel 1.
There's a
So there's I think some border issues, right, where,
part of a house is where the CR line was.
Yeah.
On that or
and
something.
some in backyards actually have encroached,
Yeah.
past the CR borders, original borders.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was discussion to hire like a surveyor to resurvey the boundary lines,
Mhm.
because they're all, they can't be found.
Well, why don't you start by digging into it, getting all the facts as we know them, and go forward from there.
All right. Well, food for thought. Oh, and look at that. This is the rail trip
Yeah.
in the sky.
Yeah, that pond is filled up quite nicely again.
Yeah.
Or that wetland. Yeah.
So that's all I've got.
Okay.
Pretty. Okay.
Committee updates? CPC?
We're not meeting until August.
No stormwater measures.
No.
Member updates.
That couple would be when we met with Ann Gagnon, And she had said that, well, going back to conservation restrictions, that they should really be, and we've got a potential one coming up, new one, but she'd said, oh, those should be set in stone, those should be finalized before building permits are even issued. And she also said that was a planning board issue, not us. Is that something we could maybe meet with the planning board on at some point to raise that as an issue cooperatively? Like, how can we ensure that happens?
Or just draft a memo to the planning board.
Okay. Yeah. We'll confer.
Yes.
On the issue of I went to the planning board meeting on Tuesday night on the John Carroll Reserve, the Littleton Road things, and the issue that had been raised in the planning board of, I guess the applicant has said they don't need to get a tree clearing and grading permit through the planning board because they're getting an order of conditions through us. And that's now being sent on to town council for an opinion. Would we want to give town council any feedback from what Joanne learned by talking to the circuit rider the other day? Since the issue is most of the tree clearing and grading is outside of our jurisdiction, would we want to give any input to town council on that?
They should know it.
Hmm?
They should know.
Okay.
Well, and it'd be interesting to see if the applicant backs down from their assertion that, I think that's 9.6, the tree clearing bylaw doesn't apply because there's going to be an order of conditions. Because that's just not true.
If it's out,
It's outside our jurisdiction.
Right.
So the order of conditions doesn't include the uplands where they're
No.
gonna be clearing.
Right.
or if they want to claim it's under our jurisdiction, then that should be stated at our hearing so that we incorporate that into any order of conditions we write. You're from town council. Okay.
It was an interesting planning board meeting.
That was it.
Marty?
I took a walk up through Pine Meadow, and the tree warden did some nice tree clearing of trails.
Very nice.
Yep, so that was great.
Good.
Do you know if you got the trees when you go in from Groton Harbor Road?
Uh-huh,
You go down that hill
uh-huh.
and you can go straight or you can head to the pond. There's some trees down right
I
there.
didn't actually hit that trail.
Okay.
I just went,
George and I were up there not too
Yeah.
long ago. I could see.
Oh,
Nice,
wait,
yeah.
wait, I took pictures because I was there the other day.
yeah. But I'll tell you, the water's backed up quite dramatically, so you can't even get up the hill to the power lines like you used to.
Well, George and I were over there too, and I have a date with Beaver Solutions on July 2nd to go in there and look at that.
Yeah.
So here's the sign to the pond and to the bridge and to the pond.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you can, in this picture, can't quite see.
So we went to the
Oh.
bridge.
Yeah, you went to the bridge, so if you go
Yeah.
to the pond, there's a tree down.
Oh, yeah, that must be new.
No, it's been there.
It's been there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one from the winter, right? I think it's still there.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I think I remember that when we went to the Boy Scout group.
Hmm?
I think I remember that when we went to the Boy Scout group. That was still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you that picture, Joanne.
Yeah, I have to walk through there again. Maybe I missed that.
Were you there on Sunday, Joan? Sure.
I thought they were all
Sunday?
clear.
I thought I saw your
That
car
one
there.
wasn't, but it's okay.
Maybe
What
not.
was
was
that?
on Sunday.
Almost that.
John,
No.
anything?
I have a question. For somebody doesn't live in here and they've got a canoe that they constantly chain to a tree on Sandy Pond.
They don't live in there. And do they own that little parcel of land? You know who owns that parcel of land? Is the town own the parcel?
The town, we actually went to ask, and the town has no idea.
But,
I'm just curious as to what. You know, honestly, I don't really care that much, but I was talking to the guy who was going there the other day, and he was upset. by the
About
fact that-
seeing what Robert thinks about that.
yeah, I just want to see where it is.
Where is it?
It's right across the street
Oh, in Sandy Pond?
from me, yeah.
Yeah, it's that
So
little,
across
there's like
from
a little divot, you know, where people go in and
Yeah.
fish. There's some erosion happening, you know,
But
there.
there's a
There's a tree.
there's a bunch of boats.
Oh, it's right, go,
It's right in,
go up, yeah, it's right.
not that far. That's why I I didn't touch it. It's right in this area,
Okay.
but there's a thin strip on the other side of the road.
Owner unknown. Yep.
So they don't, so no one pays taxes on that little parcel?
That's what that would mean. Yep.
Why don't, the town should just take it by eminent domain?
I'm just gonna say, this person probably gonna say, hey, I've been parking my canoe there, it's mine now.
Right.
And
What
first
is that,
use, right?
that law that says you can,
Adverse use.
yeah.
All right.
I've been
Well,
using it, no one else has.
I'm going to
mine.
see Robert on Monday for my review. So I will. I can ask him.
Are you going to do that? No?
I just found out about it today. He asked if I wanted to come tomorrow morning. So I wouldn't be at my best. And I would assume you guys are invited, but I don't know.
Does anybody else have anything else? Make a motion to?
We got executive session.
Oh, well, this will be quick. It's
All
just
right.
minutes.
Okay.
All right, this is executive session. We're doing to approve minutes from the previous executive session.
I moved to go into,
We have to go off camera, right?
Once we vote,
Once we vote.
I move that we go into executive session for the purpose of approving minutes from previous executive sessions.
and adjourn from executive session to.
And to adjourn from executive session into open session in order to,
Adjourn the meeting.
During the open session.
yeah. Or do you want to adjourn from executive session? Because then we close out the recording.
Oh, close up recording anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, to
All right.
move,
All right, so,
The second.
okay.
so, Mark,
Aye.
John,
Hi.
William,
Aye.
Jess.
I
And I vote aye. All right, we're in executive session.